ESPN LA here with the one and only number 5, Reggie Bush. Reggie, we're here at Travis Mathew here in Newport, Fashion Island. And tell us a little bit why we're here today.
Well, today we're here for the launch of my newest drop from Travis Mathew. And this drop is called a Legacy Reclaim. I think this is drop number 3 or 4 with Travis Mathew. And man, it's been an awesome ride, man. I'm so blessed. I had this opportunity to be able to design just amazing, really cool, stylish golf gear. You know, golf is I think it's my passion for life after football. You know, it's the thing that allows me to still, be an athlete and still go out and work hard for something, as if I was still playing football. And I've always wanted to design clothing line, and it just happens that, me and Travis Mathew got together. It was an organic relationship, and they loved all the designs, that I brought to the table. And this is one of our newest items that's coming out. And this is actually a first ever done. So it's a golf shirt with the hoodie on it. So as you can see, you can throw the hoodie on like that. Very lightweight, but the idea behind it is I wanted to design something new, something fresh, something unique that we can look at, be proud of. And I think it came out great. What you think? You like it?
Hey, on Big Noon Saturday, you're always stripped out.
Yes,
on the
sir.
golf course, I follow you on Instagram, you're always dripped out.
Yes,
and,
sir.
we got the Travis Mathew right
man,
here.
I love it.
ESPN
I love it, yeah. I love
so to
it.
tie that in, John Ireland, play-by-play for the Lakers.
Yeah.
He's Travis Mathew. And then, of course, Austin Reeves,
Yes.
your
Yes,
Travis
my guy.
Mathew
Yeah,
teammate.
yes.
So I want to get into that just a
Yes.
little bit. First off, you two being athletes, just kind of like the inspiration on the one-on-one competing. You both play for team sports, but we've heard Michael Jordan, talk about golf was against yourself. Every single shot, every single stroke, you're battling yourself. So just a little bit about that, like aside from team sports, like still being able to compete though in the game of golf.
Well, I think the one thing that's unique about team sport is you learn a lot about yourself, because you have teammates, you have accountability to somebody. In golf, it's similar where you have accountability to yourself, right? You have accountability to your shots. And, when I get a chance to play with my boys and my friends, we either play, team games, 2-man best ball, whatever that is. A lot of charity golf tournaments, our best ball, you know what I mean? And so it's an amazing sport for one, but I think we've seen the sport of golf grow exponentially since COVID, right? We've seen more and more people were getting outside because we had the social distance. And because of that, we saw pickleball was created, came out of nowhere. Tennis went up, and so did golf. And so I think now is a perfect timing for something like this because one, this brings, I think there's a lot of style and fashion into what we've designed. Again, it's very unique. They're one-off pieces that you're not going to find a golf shirt with a hoodie on it anywhere else.
Right.
And that's unique to Travis Mathew. That's unique to us. And so I'm sure that at some point now after this, we're going to see other companies doing it because it's never been done before. And so we also have a black and gray similar style shirt as well sitting over there that I love that came out really good. The black hoodie, the black and gray army fatigue on there. And then we have pants to match. And that's what I love the most is when I came to Travis Mathew, I said, listen, I don't want to just design one-off pieces.
Right.
I want to design outfits because when I go shopping, and like most men, if we see an outfit that looks good, we're just gonna buy that outfit and then we're out.
I know that's how it is for me.
On the contrary, women, our wives, girlfriends, they can spend all day in the store and still end up with nothing.
Having
what I'm
three
saying?
older sisters, me being the littlest, always going along, watching them, it would take hours.
It takes
forever.
forever.
I totally get that.
So this is about simplicity.
Yeah.
This is about style. We have hats all the way down to pants and shorts, and jackets also mixed in there as well with the outfits. And so again, you're getting a complete outfit. You're getting a hat, jacket, shirt, pants, shorts. We have our sports performance shirts that also have matching shorts as well. And so you see everything matches, works together, and that was the object.
So it's like a uniform, right?
Exactly.
Like for a team, you put on a uniform, you know what you're wearing when you come to play. So
Exactly.
I love that about that.
Exactly.
2 more here really quick for you. So I got to ask, we're Lakers, we're USC. Austin Reeves, are you familiar with his golf game?
Yes.
Match play? Are
Yes.
you going to take him? Like, give me like the one-on-one kind of vibe right
So we went to St. Andrews last year, me, Austin Reeves, and the whole Travis Matthew team. We got a chance to play the old course. We played was it Castle Course as well. But listen, I don't care if you're a PJ golfer, you're gonna struggle on this golf course because it was not only tight, but the greens were like tricky and lots of hills. And then just to add salt to the wound, it was also very windy. And so I saw his game at a bad time, and he saw my game at a bad time.
Right.
So, but the next day we played the old course. It was great. The old course is more of a link style course. I love link style courses because they're wide open fairways. I feel like I can just rip at my driver and not have to worry about, OB going out of bounds. And so we're actually going to go back on that same trip again in like July. So we'll see. I think this time we'll play a match play situation.
So stay tuned, Austin. Come on.
Let's go.
You two can have
Let's
a
go.
friendly competition. ESPN LA partners. We can maybe get something out there. We can cover that.
Yes,
and then
sir.
finally, of course, a lot of expectations here since we're the home of USC.
Yeah.
A lot of expectations for the second season in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Watching the team closely, what do you expect from this new season?
Yeah.
They have a top recruiting class coming in. Lincoln Riley trying to settle in here, improve defense. Any expectations for this season? How do you see this kind of mold?
Yeah.
Wild kind of, off seasons, guys coming in and out. What do you expect of this team for this year?
Yeah, listen, going into the Big Ten was tough. It's not easy, and that doesn't mean to say that the Pac-12 was any weaker. I felt like when we were at USC, we measured up with all the other conferences, leagues, all the other conferences and teams. And, going into the Big Ten, one of the things that I said early on is that we're going to have to prove ourselves. We're going to have to earn it because in the Big Ten, for one, you got to deal with weather. You got to deal with bad weather, cold weather, snow, rain. Especially when you get into those mid-months of November, December, and that factors into the games, right? And so one of the things that when we were at USC, we always prided ourselves in being able to go on the road into these hostile environments and being able to win, no matter what the weather, the conditions were, no matter what was going on. And I think that's one of the areas that we have to focus on. Going on the road in the Big Ten. It's tough. They're going to run the football at you. They're going to run at you a lot. They got big linemen that love to lay on D linemen and push those guys back and linebackers back. And so we're going to have to be physical on defense. And that's one of the things that I think I would love to see overall total improvement from USC because we have the athletes, we got the coaching, we got the quarterback play, we got the offensive package. Now we need the physicality. And that's what I felt like we did so well when I was at USC during our time. Yeah, we scored amazing plays. I made some big-time long runs, but we would hit you in the mouth as soon as we got off that bus. And our defense couldn't wait to hit you in the mouth. And our offense couldn't wait to run the football at you, to test you.
Yeah.
And so that's what you're up against in the Big Ten is you're up against guys that want to run the football down your throat in the fourth quarter when they know you're on the road in the cold environment and they already feel like we're a West Coast team, so we can't necessarily go play in those environments. And so there's a lot there for us to prove. There's a lot there for us to go and take and to go and seize. And that takes a cohesive effort, and that takes dogs, honestly. If I'm being honest, it takes dogs. If you remember our teams, when we were at USC, we had dogs.
You guys were like superheroes.
We had dogs in the sense of guys that it wasn't about the glamour, it wasn't about, the showboating and the rankings. We just wanted to come and play smash mouth football. And that's where I just want to see USC get back to that. It's anytime, any place, anywhere, parking lot, park, it don't matter.
I love that answer, and I know everybody watching this is going to really appreciate that because it's that time, It's already that time where you're going to start to see how are these West Coast teams going to come along, right? Like I compare that to what Jim Harbaugh says now with the Chargers. We're like, hey, we're going to use offense and defensive linemen as weapons.
Yes.
We're going to beat you down. We're going to hold you. And then fourth quarter, we're going to pull you underwater.
Yes.
We're going to wear and grind you. And maybe that's why we're seeing the running back position come back, right?
Yeah.
Where you're building up the line.
And they have some good running backs coming in.
Yes, they
really
do.
Good running backs coming
really
in.
do. So it's all about that power, wearing them down.
Yeah, and I think, one of the things I loved about Lincoln Riley when he was at Oklahoma was he loved to run the football. and he would run the football down your throat. And he brought that same offensive package over to USC. And I think the way he runs the football, I love it. I love the way he runs, the style that he runs the football, because it puts a lot of pressure on defenses. You got to have eye discipline. When you have speed in the backfield and speed at the quarterback position, now you got a dual threat component that just, creates a lot of issues for a defense. And so I love how his linemen are always pulling, and you got guards and tackles pulling. Running backs love that. And when you get those big guys out on the edges, and they get a chance to, run over some of those corners and safeties, you're creating a very important part of the game that I think can succeed throughout the season. And so really it's just getting back to that run package, man. Dominating up front, dominating that offensive line, and on the offensive side, on the defense side of the ball, they got to dominate the line of scrimmage as well. Yes, sir, man.
Hey, he knows a thing or two about football. USC, tap in. Now, I'm going to show you all what we got. Legacy reclaimed, Reggie Bush, Travis Matthew, ESPN. Reggie,
Yes, sir,
thanks so much.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
you.